Protect yourself and your family from unexpected challenges. Consider accident-only income protection. Click the link in the description to find out more.
Boxing King Media in association with SaveMoreMoney.com with me, Michael McKINSON. Michael, great to see you firstly. I think the last time we were speaking it was back here in Bournemouth, so back out again on Saturday night. But firstly, how are you? How are you keeping?
I'm good. I'm very happy. Big time boxing on the South Coast. We're very, very blessed. We're happy Chris Billam-Smith keeps doing the business, really.
I mean, that's important, isn't it? When you want to have a fight in a particular city, you got to have a star name or a few star names who could headline that can bring out kind of the next generation of fighters coming through.
Yeah, I'm an hour down the road, so when they had their first show just August last year, like they said, now I was out in Texas. It was fight week for Ortiz, and I was thinking, wow, there's big time boxing on the South Coast. It's like I want to be a part of it. Fast forward time a little bit, and I am a part of it. So, and even better, this weekend I've got a title fight, so I'm very happy.
I mean, I remember speaking last time. Obviously, there was some frustration in kind of activity. You got yourself out a couple of times this year now. What is kind of the strategy for Michael McKINSON? Like you said, you fought one of the best in division in Ortiz not long ago. What is that long-term plan?
I think last year I proved the level I can compete at. But more importantly, it is, I'm 29 years old, so activity is more important than anything. It's no secret that I want the bigger fights rather than the smaller fights. I've had a 6-rounder and 2 8-rounders since Ortiz. But really, I want to be in 10-rounders, I want to be in 12-rounders like title fights, so I'm happy that I've got a title fight the weekend. Like, this is the most important fight since Ortiz, and this is a must-win because my name has been linked to a lot of people, and one person, more importantly, like recently. To be honest, it's irrelevant to me right now because there's no point linking me with other names because I've got full respect for my opponent this weekend. I know he's going to be a dangerous test, so I'm fully focused on him.
I know you want to stay more active, but is 2 fights a year sufficient for you? Do you want to fight more? And if so, do you need to step out of Bournemouth and kind of take part in other shows as well?
A couple of years ago, no one could really fight. But last year I had 3. This year it would be 3. I think that's what I want. Activity is everything, and I'm always fit. I'm healthy, and there hasn't been any injuries. So why not stay as active as possible? But also, I'm in my 9th, 10th year as a professional. These are the important years, so I want important fights.
Again, you're not going to disrespect your opponent and look past him on Saturday night. Of course, that is the number one goal. Or sorry, Sunday night, I must say. That's the number one goal. But you said you're linked to certain fighters. Who are these fighters that you're here that you're linked to?
AVANESYAN. I think both teams, my team and his team, thought it was going to happen this weekend. For whatever reason, it hasn't. But that's still a name that's people are talking about. Me and AVANESYAN, great, that's the fight I want, but they can talk about that after this weekend because this week I am fully focused on my opponent.
We spoke about CONOR BENN, and obviously you said, look, I love that fight because that's almost the number 1, number 2 in the country fighting each other to ascertain who is the best in the country. He's got his goals and aspirations in Eubank Jr., in Boots Ennis. Just obviously it's your division, and I just want to get your thoughts on kind of everything you're hearing that's going on with regards to CONOR BENN, what he's been through and what the future might hold for him, but just your thoughts as a fellow professional.
Yeah, I see, like, he was calling Boots Ennis his name, and he can talk on social media and interviews as much as he likes, but will it actually happen, and does he really want that fight? I don't think he does. But obviously the Eubank fight, great for him. Let him go and do that. Like, Conor Benn's irrelevant to me now. And like, it's kind of like I can't do an interview without his name being mentioned. So I tried a long time to get the fight. It was never really close or anything like that. So let him crack on with his career.
Do you understand why people mention his name? Because obviously they've seen the level you've operated at. They've seen your skill sets. You've beaten some of the great British fighters. Could you see why they mention your name with Conor Benn?
Yeah, of course. Both 147 fighters, both like decent welterweights. But it's been years and years and years, and it's not even come close. So it's irrelevant to me now.
Final one, Chris Billam-Smith defends his world title. You know, he was once upon a time a challenger.
Yeah.
To gain that belt, he comes in as the champion for the first time. Masternak's been around a long time. Goes as far back as Tony Bellew, I think, in 2015.
Yeah.
What do you think? Thoughts and prediction?
I think Chris is a great role model. He carries himself very well. And the people of Bournemouth really get behind him and stuff like that. So I'm rooting for him always. Like I said before, these shows wouldn't happen on the South Coast without Billam-Smith. So hope he gets the job done.
Mikey, wish you all the best on Sunday night. And yeah, I'm sure we'll catch up with you after the fight. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of a motorway with a broken down car? Like me, is that something that worries you? That's where motor breakdown insurance comes in. If your vehicle breaks down, a trained professional will be sent out to get you back on the road. Or if this is not possible within the specified time frame, to transport you to your home or to the nearest garage.